Last topic we had this morning is about visibility. This is the last one. About a method that has an accessor of either public or private. Ano yung kaibahan? When we say public, it could be accessed by its object. However, pag private, hindi siya po pwede. So, ito yung ating example niyan last time. For ship2, ito yung ship2 class, wherein ship2 class had 3 methods. These are degrees to radians, move, and then print location. So, both move and print location are public. That's why your object, which is S1 and S2, which are both declared as ship2, could access this public method. Ano nga yan? Degrees to radian. Ayan o. S1. Tama. Daya kaina aton nga, ano no? Aton nga last.
Yes, ma'am.
Degrees to radian. And move. So, yung dalawang yon are accessible. Yan ako sa ubos. Ayan. So, wala siyang nag-appear na IntelliSense. Bakit? Kasi nga, yung degrees to radian is private. So, while move and print location are both public, so when I call that function or method, yan, ayan yung move. Ito yung print, ayan siya, accessible siya dito. However, we are able to access S1 and S2, which are both object coming from test2 class, had access the method degrees to radian kasi may pamamaraan siya. And that is, tinawag muna yung move method outside, and then dito sa loob ng move method, merong call din tayo for the computation of angle. It will simply call another method, yun siya, and direction. So, paano niya natawag yung degrees to radian? Kasi nga, yung move method is another data member within ship2. So, accessible siya within here. Lahat na nasa loob ng ship2 po pwedeng maka-access sa kanya. Yun yung advantage. Kahit pa ito ay private. Pero kung sa guwa ha, no way. Now, in the same manner, ganun din yung mangyayari sa mga instance variable whose accessor is private. So, in our sample, awa man gali aton mga variable ay puro mantanan, public. Okay, let's say, nagdagdag ako dito ng variable. Ang damos. Ay, may note ako ng X. Ay, iba lang. Total na lang. Buabo mong variable, hamat buyon din. Let's say, I had added an instance variable within ship2. Then on test2, try natin ha, S1 dot total. Ayan. Walang IntelliSense that gives you an idea that total as data member exists. Bakit? Yun yung disadvantage ng mga data members which are declared private. Kitang-kita, di ba? Pero pag pinalitan ko to ng accessor na public, there, and try ko siya ulit. Ayan, ayan na, kitang-kita. Nandyan na sa ilalim, oh. You see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's continue. Ano pa nga yung dalawang accessor remaining aside from private and public? Protected at default. Yung isa. When we say default, you don't need to place default keyword, but you just leave it blank. It is understood na default. And default actually is also understood as public. Pag hindi ka naglagay, dire-diretso na lang. Let's say, yung nilagay mo lang is double yung double x, y, speed. Walang public. Ibig sabihin, default siya at yung default, ibig sabihin is public. Okay? Tandaan. Declaring variables in method. We say variable within the method. It is localized in a way that it only resides within the block. So may braces kita. When you say block, ito yung open curly brace tsaka end curly brace. Now, the only difference is with Java, you're able to define an object using a class, and that's why it's no longer limited within that class. It becomes usable outside. So yun nga lang yung limit niya depends on the accessor. Now, we had the variables. When you declare a variable, this is the format, the data type, followed by the variable name. Then, pwede, you could right away give an initial value. So you just place the assignment operator followed by a value. Now, the value could either be a constant. Ito, sample. Ayan siya. Int x equals 3, string s1 equals hello. Kaibahan, this is numeric, the other one is a string. It could also be another variable. Okay, another variable. So, meron tayong, anong tawag karang, compatibility issue in Java. In such case, dito, x is defined as int. So, since you're going to assign x as the initial value of y, you see to it that it is compatible. In a way, ibig sabihin nun, dapat pareho sila ng declaration or definition. Or pwede na yung, ano nga nila ko, sa role playing, pwede mo i-typecast, higher dapat do the definition, it value on which it is being assigned. Ayun yung typecasting. Kung let's say, dito siya i-assign, and it is defined as double. So yung gagawin lang naman ni Java is from the range nga, it integer nga up to 2 million, tataasan niya yon, i-double niya lang yung range. And it is possible, of course. Next is, mas better if you could do it this way. Ito yung normal way, which is using the keyword new to define any object in Java. Ito, string, let's say, you write it this way, in primitive format, like string s2 equals goodbye. Pwede rin yon. Pero this one is better. Later, i-discuss din sa inyo on constructors, sa topic ng constructor, kung ano yung kaibahan nito. Dito kasi pumapasok yung null value on declaration or swooping or grouping the value of all data members within an object. Yun yung maganda sa Java. Next is, initial value of x is 3, initial value of y is 3, and then initial value of S1 is hello, S2 is goodbye, S3 is goodbye din, tama? S4 is S3 dot to uppercase. So ito yung you assign a value that is actually a method. So method ito, S3 dot to uppercase. The value of S3 is S2, or the value of S2 is goodbye. So yung uppercase lang naman na result will be Yan. Okay?
Yes.
Next. You could also assume you define find fastest ship method that returns a ship. So, given lang na may ganon. Anyway, this is just an example. What you do is, you assign that, pwedeng ganon din, diretso. Ship 3, instead of, di ba itong find fastest ship na method will return value of ship. So, instead of placing ship na may parentheses dito, pwede rin, yun na lang. So those are the several ways in assigning or declaring a local variable within a method with these different values. Ito is a constructor. So na-mention na dito, ship there is a separate class, and this becomes a method that is in form of constructors. So we'll continue. What is a constructor? So we're done with data members na instance variable tsaka method. Oh, yung constructor is it is almost similar with method, but it is not. A constructor is a code that automatically gets executed when new keyword is called. And its syntax is this way. Public, my class. Bakit my class? My class here is a constructor, while my class on top is the class name. So, if you're looking for a constructor, you only find the same method whose name is the class name. Yung kakaiba lang sa constructor, yung method may return value. Yung constructor wala. Naalala niyo yung method kaninang umaga lang na meron tayong nalalagay ditong return value like double, void. Agro method nato nag-uumpisa sa lowercase, row constructor, just like your class name is in uppercase and it has a similar definition with your class name. So kung ano yung pangalan ng class name, ganun din yung magiging pangalan ng iyong constructor. Okay, for a sort of inspiration, why are you going to learn to build a constructor? Number one, it simply lets you build an instance of the class and assign value to instance variable all in one fell swoop. Ibig sabihin, parang snatch na tanan-tanan nga value, it imong instance variable, ilalagay niya yung lahat sa iyong object. Automatically, everything within that class will be owned by the object. Yun yung kaibahan pag ikaw ay gumamit ng keyword na new. Compare mo dito sa taas. Oh. Yun yung kaibahan. So, itong new na to, kukunin niya lahat-lahat ng meron sa string. So, itong string na to, di ba may mga to upper, yung mga ganon. Tanan nga method na automatically, nandyan na sa kanya. Kung may mga assigned value, nandyan na rin sa kanya. Without having to read it sequentially or isa-isa, mga pasunod. Nando kaibahan it constructor sa aton siyempre di ba pag variable gata imo ang nag-define ka it value isang bilog at pwede mong i-store unlike kung constructor nga tanan-tanan pwede na na-store una both the variable as well as the method. Lets you enforce that all instances have certain property and lets you run side effects when class is instantiated. So para mas klaro, have here an example. Okay, this is a class. The name is person. It has two, ano nga nila? Two instance variable first and last. Then ito naman yung person 1 test wherein we have defined an object whose data type is person 1. Yun yun nasa taas. Saka meron na ditong parentheses or new instantiated object. It took 3 lines of code to make a properly constructed person. It would be possible for a programmer to build a person and forget to assign a first or last name. So, paalin man nakaramam. Automatically, P will get the member, which are first name and last name, which happens to have no value assigned initial. Walang beginning value. So, ano mangyayari? Ano yung magiging value ni P that first name tsaka P that last name? So, itong instances na to, wala tong constructor. So, yung ginagawa ng Java, pag walang constructor, automatically, nilalagyan lang niya ng null value. And later, you could assign the value. So, yun yun. And that's why here, next, have here another example wherein, although meron tayong instance variable, meron pa tayong constructor. At dito sa constructor, you have 2 parameters which are both string. Ito yung initial first name tsaka initial last name. Listen carefully. If you had questions, you could throw it anytime, ha? Online kita, guys. Hindi ko nakikita kung ano na nangyayari sa inyo. Kung may problema ka mo, maghambag. Hindi maghinipos. So what we do with constructors is kinukuha kaya nga ni swoop, which means ginasnatch. So ito, from here, yung parameter list niya, ang ginagawa natin, itong parameter list niya, ina-assign natin ngayon sa instance variable. Itong initial first name, tsaka initial last name, this will come from the object itself upon instantiation. At yung gagawin, i-assign dito sa first name tsaka last name. Tignan nyo dito sa object natin. For person 2, which is letter P, you have the value Larry and Page. So ano gagawin dito? Larry here will be assigned to the constructor. Okay, parang gagawa ako ng arrow. Itong Larry mapupunta dito sa initial first name. Itong Page mapupunta dito sa initial last name. Okay? And then, igagrab niya yon. Etong initial first name, ilalagay niya sa first name. Okay? At ilalagay din niya yung initial last name sa last name. Yun yung swooping. So from here, upon creation of the object, automatically, kinukuha na niya agad, ilalagay niya doon, i-assign niya doon in a snap of finger. Copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yun yung constructor. O diba? Daywag imong assign. Kung kabaabo imong ibutang rika ng parameter list, abo-abo man doaton nga upon creating an object, madami din tayong ilalagay dito at pwede yung kunin lahat in an instance. Another example. Magtanong ha kung may mga question. Ship3 here is the name of the class. Notice that your constructor is also named Ship3. Ngayon, meron siyang madaming mga parameters. X, Y, speed, direction, and name. 5. And if you would try counting, 5 rin naman yung ating mga instance variable. So, para rin yung mga instance variable, assign and it value, ginagawa natin yan sa constructors. Tignan nyo yung ating sample. Okay, ito test 3. 0, 0, 1, 0, ship 1. 5, di ba? So, itong 5 to, i-assign niya to isa-isa dito sa X, sa Y, sa speed, sa direction, at sa name. Copy? Okay. Kung walang tanong, ako may itatanong. Is it really possible to have the same instance variable and parameter variables?
No, ma'am.
No. Hindi yun po pwede. Kung napansin nyo kanina, yung ating instance variable or global variable, first name at last name, dito, initial. O, di ba magkaiba? Within lang kasi sila sa isang class, which is person 2. Yung tanong ko ulit, bakit dito, mama, nagpareho? You could do that actually. However, you will use the keyword this.
Yes.
When you just refer to these parameters, you just refer it as x, y, speed, and direction. But if you wanted to refer that you're going to assign that to the instance variable, which is global, okay, global variable, gagamit kayo ngayon ng keyword na this. Ibig sabihin, itong this.x refers to the global variable na x ng ship3. Copy? So, this.x ng ship3 has been assigned the value na x coming from the parameters that is being passed on the constructor na ship3. So, halimbawa, ano karaan ng value? Dito sa ilalim, ayan, meron tayong 0, 0, 1, 0, ship 1. Di may value ra imaw nga 0, 0, 1, 0 ag ship 1. Raya may value, what value ro aton nga instance variable. So kukunin niya ngayon, kaya ni ginasnap, ginatakaw, ginagrab. Kukunin niya yung puso ng iyong constructor. Yung x ng constructor, gagrab nyo ni global variable. Yun yung keyword na this. Copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Next. What else? So this is a private. Isutan ko ang imong para mas mo. Anyway, pareho lang naman to sa previous. Nagdagdag lang naman tayo ng constructors. Okay. So ano yung conclusion nyo? Pag ikaw ay nag-create ng object, S1 man yan, S2 man yan, kasi you are going to base that from sheet 3. Pag hindi mo nilagyan dito ng mga parameters, parameter passed, parenthesis ng imong butang, will it be able to adapt or snap the values